Hello, I'm back, and for the past week I have been asked by several YouTube subscribers and Instagram followers how I did certain elements in my last journal I showed on YouTube, Finesse Vibes. I have responded to a few, but the same questions keep coming. And I decided to make a video where I show how I did those things and to show how they can be done with different supplies and methods. These might end up being a series of short videos, tutorials, but rather answering your question in my way of crafting. For today, I will answer the most frequent question: how did I apply the gold shimmer on the pages of the journal? I have here an example of that kind of page, and I have some other things, other papers that I printed, and I will show how I did the foiling process so you can see it. I am aware that there are so many other videos on the subject on YouTube, but what I will show now will be what I personally prefer to do, or the way I am used to do it. So, another way, my take on these particular procedures. So, let's bring the tools and the machinery and let's answer some questions. I'm back, so let's start. I have here my laminator. It's a regular laminator for heat laminating process, and I have some printed sheets from one of Medieval Mirage's kits. I have actually two printed. For this process of laminating, I use some foil. There are all kinds of colors and different manufacturers to choose from. I use mostly the gold, simple gold. Is the Mink gold reactive foil, and I intend to use soon some rose gold. I don't know if it's visible or not. Okay, so how do I use these foil, type of foil? I put it in a box that is like a dispenser. This was a Tim Holtz Ideology, some paper, but this seems to fit pretty good the length of the tube of foil. So I just roll and I cut here. I did that already, and I put it in this folder made of a 17 by 11 piece of paper, white paper, and I fit inside the foil. Now, in order to transfer foil on those papers, I like to do something else first. I have these scripts. It's not script actually, it's a nonsense hand movement, pen movement on paper, and there are not real words, but they look pretty well, like pretty good, like a script. And I have them in several colors. I printed here in green and sepia. I like to foil first something that's very dense on a page, like these scripts. And why that? Because if you put a journal page and you want to have here and there just a fine shimmer on the paper, you don't put a new foil inside your paper folder, because it will all be a blotch of gold shimmery stuff and barely can see what's on the paper. You want the foil to catch on the paper only on the very dark portions, and if, like here, there is a little script on the paper, that will catch pretty well, and a little bit on the flowers, a little bit here, there. So for that you don't use a brand new foil. So what I do with these, I use them in my journals. As I said, I have several colors. I played in Photoshop a little bit, and I changed the hue and saturation of the colors, and I use them in my journals. I can use them to make pockets, which you can embellish if you want, or for envelopes, and all kind of, for ephemera. So before we do this, we'll do this one. So on the foil, the not so shiny part will come in contact with the paper you want to transfer the foil on, like so. Close the folder and enter it in the laminator. It's not like I've been greedy, but I really didn't see the sense to pay so many hundreds of dollars, about $500 Canadians, to buy one of those ink machines. In my opinion, this laminator does exactly the same thing, and it was just a fraction of the cost. So if you look now here, this page is all shiny, and it doesn't bother me because it's not like, you know, a big splash of gold. I can use these, right? And just to and the foil, as you can see, is not completely covered with the gold material. So I will put one more. I will try to offset a little bit from the other script, so I will have some more of the gold taken away, like so. And this one is the green one, but once the gold gets transferred, you will see that you see the green somehow underneath and in between the gold letters. And here is the second one. As you can see, it's green, but where the lights fall on the paper, it's gold. I think it's pretty. Now, in my opinion, this foil will be a good match for our papers that I wanted to use. So again, I put in the folder, I put the foil sheet, and then face on the back of the foil sheet is the paper that I want to transfer on. And now look, see, you don't have the blotch of color, but you have highlighted all the dark colors from the paper, right? Those are shiny. This is shiny. This is not. We will do that shiny thing with this paper. About how to use the laminator, I think everybody who gets a laminator, by the way, there are laminators on Amazon starting with 20 something dollars Canadians. Well, I'm talking in Canadian funds usually because I am Canadian, but you can find all kinds of laminators, and they're very easy to use, very easy to read instructions. If for an unexplainable reason my camera stopped working while I was talking, so just to get back a little bit to the usage of the laminator. So there are expensive ones too, but you can find inexpensive ones on Amazon, for instance. So we did the transfers for our paper, and actually this sheet can be used. I used it until it becomes almost completely clear of the gold stuff, because even where there is no more gold, yellow stuff, it transfers shiny, kind of a shiny film on the designs or on the letters if you're laminate, or if you're transferring gold foiling scripts, which combined with portions where there is a little bit of gold, they look quite pretty. So this would be my first example on how to transfer gold foil on journal pages. I will come back to show you more on the next video. Until then, I hope I answered your question. I will come up with new or other methods, not necessarily new, but other methods that other people are using. For now, happy crafting and stay safe, healthy, and don't forget to watch my videos and to follow my Instagram account, subscribe as video followers, and we'll show you more. Bye bye.